Welcome to the official AFL Fantasy podcast with the Traders.
G'day with the Traders. Thanks to Sportsbet, I'm Rory, I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Warn Dogs.
And Calvin.
Keep a lid on it, keep a lid on it.
Coach of Calvin. What a comeback. Oh, that's the most celebrated, inspirational comeback since Michael Jordan.
I know, I'm back.
No, but people like Michael Jordan.
That's true.
No, well done, V8.
Yeah, no, well, we'll talk about that later. But I don't want, look, I'll tell you what.
Do we have to?
No, I don't want this all to be about me. Okay, it's not the Calvin show. It's nothing like that. Just keep a lid on it, everyone. Okay?
Dog's happy to do that.
Thanks, dog.
Right. It was a crap weekend.
Listen to Flat
No, it was
Dog.
such
Let him go.
It was such a high-scoring weekend across the board.
It was.
Yeah, did you do any stats on that?
I did. So this week compared to last week, we had 3 guys go over 150.
Right.
Last week we had none.
Yep.
We also had this week 33 guys go over 115.
Wow.
33.
Yeah.
Huge.
Last week, 21. So it was a massive
And a
week.
lot of them were popular players. That's the
Yes,
other
they
side
were.
of it too. And we'll probably get to them a little bit later as well. But some of the rookies fired.
They
Which is
went
obviously
well.
what helps
Yeah.
your scores each week. Because some fired, some didn't.
Well, you're only as good as your worst. Something I like to say.
That's why I'm where I am.
Yeah. So hang your dog head in shame.
This is going to be a long show for the dog.
Oh, well, this is it. It's a warning to people out there about the podcast. This is not going to be a good one, right? because when I'm on the bottom, that's fine. I still turn up. I still offer something.
Yeah.
But sick dog over there, look at him just slumping in his seat.
Well,
he just offers nothing.
that's how sick I am at the moment.
When he's down, he's
No, it's
definitely
all
out.
right. I'm up and about. It's fine. It's 12 hours after the fact, and I've been able to make my rage trades. I've been able to, I'd like to say make my team better, but I don't think I have. just rolling along pretty ordinarily. Oh, well, we'll start with me then. I've got the green vest for this week. For the first time this season,
Is it
actually.
really?
Is it? No way.
Yeah.
That's why the podcasts have been good.
That's right.
So, Roy, you've had one.
Yes.
I've now had one. Round 7. You've got 5, V8.
Yeah, but it's about the comeback. Yeah. No one's talking about this.
Not where we've been.
Yeah.
Where we're going.
So what'd you score?
22-82, which is... Settle down, you peanut.
Look at that.
I thought you said it was a high-scoring round.
Jeez.
Well, considering we scored 1934 last week, I should be celebrating.
Exactly.
Calvin, you got 1914 last week.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that difference in a
That's
minute.
turnaround.
So 22-82, which was probably a bit under par from where
it's
it should
a
have
good
been.
score.
Held rank 16.5K.
More of
It's
a
not
double
good.
bogey, I'd say, Roy.
Well, and that's the thing. That's why it's not good.
No.
It's not
great
bad,
because you need to move in these weeks when
Yeah.
it's high scoring like that.
I know.
And
I know what you're saying. But look at it. It's just not something you should feel sick in the stomach about.
Nah,
like
it's not
last
a bad
week.
score, dog. It's a good score.
We only just ticked over a quarter of the way through the season last week, and
What are you feeling like there's a long way to go?
it's a long, long way to go. It is
Exactly.
May.
Come back.
We're getting closer to winter. Everyone slows down like me. That time, let's hope.
Dog
Just
hibernates
churn it
in
out.
a
But then
cave.
I've got all these red dots. Anyway, play on.
Okay,
Roy,
so
you
you're
were
not
next.
happy with where your team's at. I was a bit disappointed as well. 24-02.
You're
What?
a flog. You are a dead set.
I got a late update, thankfully. Nick Dacos is +3. It's just uncanny how short I can fall of milestones. But, no, got over, thankfully. Now, here's how quickly you can move, dog, with what was probably just a bit over par considering the high scores over the round. So I was near 7,000 last week, and I've gone up to 4-1. So it's a big jump. You only need to be pumping out the odd decent score to jump. So, 2 good weeks from you, and you'll be right back up there.
You'll be right, dog.
What?
2 good weeks.
3.
How about 1? 1 would be nice. So well done. All right, here we go. Calvinator.
What?
The floor is yours again.
Dominated.
You did.
Just quietly.
How did you do this?
24-10. Look, I'll tell you what. Out in the 30,000 club, we're a competitive group.
Yeah.
It's a real
Yeah.
competitive. It's dog eat dog world out
It is.
there, right?
Yeah.
And This week, I jumped around about 10,000 spots.
It's amazing.
After my inspirational speech.
Yeah, it was inspirational.
This is the first chapter of the movie.
Yeah.
Called The Comeback.
Yeah.
Captain Comeback, it's going to be called. So, yeah, that's a huge jump. And look, when we have a look at some of the scores there, you may say I got a little bit lucky.
Yeah. You have to get a little bit lucky to go from 1,900 to 2,410.
So you've added 496 points on your last week's score.
Rounded up to 500, eh?
That is...
Yeah.
Not only did you talk about a comeback and inspire other people, you've flipped it by 500.
Yeah. You wait till what I bring this week.
That is... There's not many weeks back-to-back where people would have turned it around like that.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know if you were really bad or really good. A bit of both. Yeah, that's well done anyway. Well done.
Here it is! That's what you did, Jenny. You stuck it right up them.
I'll start. There's not a lot of great stuff, but I will talk about... Well, they had a few emo songs, Green Day. So, but we can be happy about emo sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes emo makes you happy. Anyway,
Can get you up and about.
Green Day. Green returned with 136 after that hold.
Well done, son.
And then a little special mention to Will Day there
Bloody
with 100.
oath.
So
It
was nice to have that.
They made it worthwhile.
Yep.
Didn't they?
Definitely.
The pain of the hold.
They could have just slapped us in the face.
Yeah.
And they've just come out and gone, bang, there you are.
Thank you.
Well done for holding.
Yeah.
Yep. Roy.
Sam Walsh on debut. 128. Wasn't the role I expected, but it was the genuine gun that I expected out there working his backside off. 10 tackles, 128. Walshy, +3. Love that guy.
All right.
Well.
Let's go. Put on your bloody pirate
I
hat.
tell you what. Geez, there's a lot of people. How am I
There are a lot
supposed
of
to
people.
climb the ranks
Yes.
when I'm giving people a captain
Yes.
in Calvin's bloody captains who scores 159?
It's hard.
Amazing.
It's hard.
I should have just kept it to myself.
Could have.
But no, I let everybody enjoy
About half
it.
of the top 10,000 people, I think,
Half?
ended up doing it.
So many people.
I know. It's hard to climb, isn't it?
Wow.
159.
Oh,
what a
man.
score.
He was good.
all right.
And it was looking good. Like, obviously, the matchup was great for him. All the research you'd done, Calvin.
Well, I told you.
The prep.
I said, this guy could be a 150, and I apologise. I should have said 160.
You should have.
So, I'll be better next week.
Yeah.
No.
But
Well
yeah,
done.
that was perfect matchup. He tackled. He tackled like a machine.
Bloody oath he did. He had 10 as well, didn't he?
Yep. He was unbelievable.
So you made him your captain.
He was my vice captain. Yep.
Oh,
That's
cheating.
It's not cheating.
There were a few interesting people on Twitter this weekend.
That missed Marshall.
And they called everyone else cheats.
Cheats for doing it. Although, you know what I did like, Calvin, actually, on Twitter this weekend was your captain selections were given a fair bit of... people were brutal on them.
I did see
and
that
one
for a
old mate
change.
got on there and was laughing at your captains or whatever. So we fired him. All right, fired back at him. Give us your top 5, mate. And he wrote his list back. 4 on the list.
Okay, see, that's what we're dealing with. And that's where I just have to be the bigger person and go, Cal, just let this one go. Let this one go.
Very funny.
It was the most disgraceful display I've ever seen.
Because it's just not acceptable.
Where are you going?
Oh, I've got to go Rosie. Now, 84.
Yeah.
You bought him in as well.
I bought him in for this matchup against St Kilda thinking that it would be a 120.
Yeah.
And it was not even close.
No.
He's still got some good games coming up, but you don't bring someone in and expect an 84 when my rookies are out there turning up.
Yeah, especially that matchup.
Yep.
It should have been instant reward.
Should have been.
Yeah, not good enough. Very fair negative.
Segue to you, Roy.
Yeah, bloody oath. His teammate, soft as butters. Now,
Been hot on
was
him too.
Bloody oath. And I apologise to everyone for that because I was very hot given this draw ahead and especially given what I projected him to score versus St Kilda with a few marks like the Blues did the week before. Uncontested marks through the middle of the ground. He had the role, he had the possessions, but the score was just not there. So Butters, -3. He needs to make up for it in the next couple of weeks.
Will Setterfield, 54.
It was only a couple of weeks ago you were saying he's a keeper.
Yeah, well, he's in my side. He could, He's probably have to put up 30s for him not to be a keeper. But I don't know what his excuse was, to be honest.
No, the CBAs were there.
They were. So thing is, for the Bombers, CBAs, the man that was the important dude in there was Jake Stringer. He had 80% of them. 15% last week, couple of weeks with donuts. He was just used big time. But, CBAs were there. He was still behind Parrish there as the next best.
His tackle game wasn't there.
Yeah.
Was it?
No.
That hurts.
And he just, don't like to say looked disinterested, but felt like that.
Well, reading through the feedback on Setterfield, a lot of people did actually say that.
Bombers centre-backs were interesting too. Zach Merritt, after obviously being one of the key figures in there, he's even had 90%, 85% this year in there. Had 38%.
38?
Oh, yeah.
He'll be out of the role on 22 for that.
That's overcoaching. That's what that is, Roy. Overcoaching.
As if he's the one that takes the hit with string trick in there. That is bizarre.
Anyway,
Unbelievable.
so, Setterfield. And there is, I guess...
Bad Scott.
There is.
Yes.
No. Bombers still scored over 100. They weren't that bad in that game.
It's not fantasy.
Oh, so basically they win.
100's not necessarily a good score like it is in fantasy.
They don't get to win just because they got that. No.
Can't tick it off just because they got that.
Just say bad, Brad, and move on.
Better Scott. Right. God. Highest ranked team at the moment is Jesse's team, Way Too Good Mate, who has 15,390 points.
Killing it.
That's near 1,000 more than the Warnie.
Oh my God, 1,000!
I'm not going to win the car now.
How do they do it?
Actually, I'm finally heading into round 8.
Yep.
I've no chance to win the car.
He's announced it.
That's the attitude you don't want to have.
No, you don't, do you? That's not rallying the troops.
See, you guys messaged me on the weekend and said, hey, Cows, a chance to win the week. And I wrote back,
toot toot.
Car. Right? Because that's the way you need to be thinking,
You were thinking, what colour am I going to pick?
Too right I was.
So those rankings, they're all very tied up towards the top. So Dr. Drew, who was leading last week, into second spot and now only 17 points behind. So it's going to be a very hot race. But coming with a bit of a rocket, spoke to him on the Coach's Corner a couple of weeks ago. You can go back and have a listen to that episode. Is Nick Hayes, coach of Hazy's Heroes, who finished top 10 last year.
Wow,
whatever it was. I think he was, I've forgotten, was it 4th? Something. It was very
something
high.
Impressive.
And just outside the hat range the year before.
Yeah.
So he's doing well. He's up to 7th now. So
he's in good form.
He's
coaching
flying. If you're looking a little bit deeper and seeing where the 100th ranked coach is, that's Matt's team, Split Kings. 15,116 points.
Are you in hat territory, dog?
15,116. 700 points.
Look, it's not ideal.
I can get that back.
You can do that.
I'm flicking through all these top teams here.
Yep.
All of them, Rowan Marshall, vice captain. Send me a part of the car, guys.
Yeah, at least a wheel.
Yeah.
There's a couple of teams as well, and this is probably one of the key figures out of it that are now worth over $20 million.
They're worth what?
That's
20 million.
Yeah, that's where they are. So that's an important figure because that's where you've got your cash generation right.
Yeah.
And you're getting to that completed team a bit quicker.
So basically they're doing everything right and we're not.
Yeah.
Cool.
We've done a lot of things not too well.
I know, but we have done a lot of things well. I think we're good coaches out of luck.
I think we are unlucky as well. Like, I haven't tried to have a bad bench.
No.
But it's turned into that. A lot of red dots.
I'm way better off the track than on the track.
Yeah.
Off the track, giving great advice.
Yes.
Captain here, captain there.
Yes.
On the track, just not putting it together.
The most important members of our team are the cash cows, and Harry Sheezel was back with a bang. 30 disposals, 11 marks, and 126 points.
I think that's his best for the year.
He was so good.
He was very good.
Very good. Nice to see him back there, working well with his new teammate there, Aaron Hall. Now, 4 votes goes to Will Ashcroft for his 115. Had 28 disposals, 2 goals on one of them. Goal of the year.
Holy hat,
How
that
good was that?
That was nasty.
That was very exciting. Kate Chandler, speaking of goals, kicked 3 cow for his 106, so he gets the 3 votes. Alex Chincotta, who was the most rated player last week, 17 disposals, 6 tackles. he's staying in that side.
Yeah,
even with
player.
those returning players, I think he's got his spot
player.
there. And finally, with a 1 vote for this week, Luke Pedlar had 75. He kicked 2 goals and has been an important member of our sides. And I think we can safely play him on field, or he has to.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, a bit of both.
The leaderboard now is Sheezel at the top with 30 votes, Ashcroft 15 votes, and 7 votes there for Jinby, Chincotta and Chandler.
Here's the news of the week you need to know on the official AFL Fantasy podcast.
Bit of news, a lot of news.
Yeah,
Let's get into it.
Heaps going on.
Luke Davies-Uniacke on Friday was named as a laid-out after being named on the Thursday night. It's been nothing but disaster for those coaches. Great couple of first couple of games. Then he was a laid out at
latest of late.
York Park
in
that game. 3 minutes before the bounce, I think it was.
Yes.
Couple of poor scores and then
Another out.
So
Very disappointing. Have you heard where he's injured, Cal?
No.
He's done a fat pad.
A fat pad?
Yeah.
What's that?
On your heel.
Wow. I don't store my fat in my heel. Give you hot dick.
now,
Belly fat.
with North Melbourne there, Clarko, Roy, said that Sheezel, it's part of his learning to stay at halfback. So that's good
keep
for us.
learning. You keep learning him. Keep learning him. The Shees, because last week, I'll tell you what, had people not been kissed with carnage, there were people pulling the trigger early as what they saw was an attacking move. The Shees is done. Upgrade him to a premium. God, I wish that happened.
They had a couple of other injury issues out of that game. The Roos, Zeeble, in for scans. He went off the ground and it looked like there it was. There's that hamstring that we're just waiting for.
And the dimples popped out.
No,
happy dog.
They definitely didn't. They definitely did not, because I'm not a sicko like
went
you.
straight for the smackos, give himself a little treat.
Did he only have 20-odd points at
Yes,
halftime?
he did.
It wasn't good.
I was watching the Annihilation, the other game, the Blue Boys.
Both bad games.
I flicked through my feed and people were saying Z's done, the Bull's done, because it was either calf or hammy. No one actually
Looked
knew.
soft tissue.
Limped down to the rooms. Old dudes don't usually come back from that.
No.
But I think we're lucky that their sub had been used on straight out of Combin.
Yeah.
Because then there was no subbing him off. He had a massive second half, the Bull, too.
My concern with the scan is they'll go in and do a scan and they'll find the 20 other teams and they'll get confused and think that he's hurt it.
Was it that one or that one?
Tom Powell hurt a bit of an ankle, and CCJ, Callum Coleman-Jones, bit of a head knock there, but straight out of Coleman,
Oh,
can't
boy.
have been good.
Oh,
That
boy.
broken ankle. Clarko did say it was like X-Airy.
Oh,
Must be bad.
stop bringing X-Area up.
Oh, man.
Now, Lairdy was the story of the week.
Oh, my goodness.
So let's take ourselves
Wasn't
back
he?
to Thursday afternoon.
What an obsession with him this week.
Well, actually, let's take ourselves back to last Sunday. Had a bit of a knee knock.
That's true.
That's right.
A knee knock there, but
Crikey.
he was all sweet.
Sweet, mate.
And that was not a drama. Then on Thursday afternoon, he left the track with a bit of a calf issue.
Yep.
Apparently.
Yep.
And
Apparently he's right.
that caused great concern for a lot of people.
Needed the
It
captain's
did.
run.
Hysteria.
Captain's run apparently all right from the captain's run.
But then even some said looked proppy, didn't look himself,
Then
left the track early.
final teams come in. He's playing.
Yes.
Still caused a couple of people to go, yeah, no, he's still doing a fitness test.
What?
This is just ludicrous.
It is.
Anyway, Nixie's comms throughout it weren't great
They
either.
weren't, no.
Because like he even said prior, like on the Friday or whenever it was,
Yeah.
that if it's like a week, you don't want it to turn into 2 or 3 and all that sort of stuff. Like,
Of course you don't.
anyway,
Bit of cat and mouse going on.
he came out and he was good.
45-point
What did
first
you
quarter.
see when he was running out through the banner?
So he runs out.
Yes.
He jumps off his left leg as high as he can.
Yeah.
Which is not
Good
too
hops.
bad. Yeah. And then he goes on the right leg. He was testing out both calves.
And
both
bo-
of them fine in the warm-up before he even ran through the banner.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to overdo it through the banner if you just come off a fitness test.
You would not think so.
So then Nixie post-game...
Yeah.
Oh, so before we even get to there, if you're following the Adelaide Twitter account, Laird subbed out. They stuffed it up. They got the wrong player. The roller coaster
The
of
telecast went through with that.
I think
as
so.
well,
I think that's
believe.
probably where the social team actually got that from.
So then people are like, "Hey, the sources were right."
What do you feel about these kind of sources, Roy?
Do they have a badge?
Do they have a badge?
Do they have the Team Awesome Source stamp of approval? No, they don't.
No.
And if they haven't been sourced by Team Awesome Source, it is not news. Moving forward, that was ridiculous. That affected people's trading.
Some of these journos need to have a good hard look at themselves. They should have those bastards banned by the broadcaster.
But then Nick, after the game, basically said he was dealing with fatigue more than anything.
Oh, my God.
So it's gone from a knee to a calf to fatigue.
You know why? Because they need to give it a rest.
Yes.
That's why he's
They
fatigued.
definitely do.
A few other
Goodness
injuries
me.
out of the weekend. Dane Zorko, hammy.
Oh.
And Daniel Rich, calf. Roy, why did you write Wilmot on here? You sicko.
I wanted to set you up for a sicko comment.
Wilmot was good.
Bloody oath he was. He'll be better now.
You sicko. Right, a couple of other ones there. Jack Bowes, he's got a bit of a calf going on. He was subbed out early in the game. Gary Rowan did a hammy late in the game, so one to look at there. Now, Pendles missed because of that eye.
Yeah.
Should be back for next week, though.
I believe so.
I heard he's going to wear a patch. Like a pirate patch.
Patch on your eye.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
on your eye.
So if that comes out as a patch, give me a stamp, Roy.
He might borrow Big Mason's goggles.
He might.
He would look cooler in them. Pendles.
Yes.
Everyone would want him if Pendles wore him.
Yes. They would.
So Dacos, he lost his ton run, which was sad.
God.
99.
Tantalisingly close.
It was when I found out that he had a late update. I thought, oh, please,
Come
please.
on.
Nah, just the 3 points to get him to 99.
I tell you what, the chances of it being a tackle when he needed 4 were minimal.
yeah.
Wasn't it?
Dakes. Now, was there an issue with him?
Oh, not really. So he got a calf knock.
Yeah.
So obviously that gets a bit of a rub and a quick look, but he was fine. Also a bit of a hip complaint, but
Right.
hey, he's fine. He's
He'll be
fine.
on.
Yeah.
Here we right. The tag from Keys. More with a run with.
Yeah. Like they definitely put a lot of time and effort into him.
Yep.
If anything, his disposal efficiency was down a bit by his lofty standards.
Yep.
Now,
So, I don't know.
enough.
Moving forward, yes, he should keep attracting attack.
Too right he
Because
should.
he's bloody good.
going back to Friday night, Dersma.
Oh,
He tried to hurt our big boy.
come with us.
I know.
So he was in a knee brace at the end of the game.
Did you see him drive that knee into big Monster Marsh?
Here's the story. I went to the toilet, right?
Yes.
And little son's sitting on the couch watching it. Marshall's done his knee, Dad. He's out of the game. And I quickly had to pinch it off. What's going on? He goes, yeah, he's gone off. He's injured. But it was Dersma, right, who hit Marshall. Like, he's not all there.
Your son?
Yeah.
Big Marsh
What do they
was
say?
in pain,
Apples and
though.
trees? or
Yeah, he
something?
was hurt.
He was hurting for
But
a
I
bit.
was watching it, just stressing out, going, oh, my goodness.
And what was your dribble patch like in there? I hope you didn't have those greys on you got this morning.
Your little best and less trackies that you rock up here.
Remember that?
No, they were lows.
Lows. Sitting too close to the heater, we thought.
Hey.
In the best and lessest.
I bet they were lows.
Puma pants.
The lows they were too. And then it turned out we were falsely accusing you because you'd actually trod in dog crap and walked it all through me pool house.
I'm bringing them back next week.
We were like, can't you shop for decent trousers? Tight ass. But it was a poo.
It was dog shit.
Oh, sorry, that was...
A couple of sub-related
Reminiscing.
things here
Yes,
worth
move on.
noting is Toby McLean. He was the first player this year
yes.
to be named as a sub and not come on.
That'll stuff your average tone.
I wonder if that'll happen many times this year.
I know.
I like that.
7 weeks,
Same.
You don't have to use it.
Didn't need it.
7-9, 63 games.
Like, the thing is, what
Not
is
very
the
many.
point of putting them on if it's like not going to affect the game? Token 10 minutes is asking for nothing but injury.
Yes, it is. And
In
it
my
takes
eyes.
some players a couple of minutes to actually get going.
I would think so.
And Bailey Humphrey,
Oh, dear.
he was subbed out of the game in the third quarter on 0 points. 1 handball, 1 tackle, 2 frees against.
We call that a duck in cricket, Roy.
We do.
That's a duck.
Yes, no.
Unlucky.
Not a day out for
The match review officer, Matthew Johnson, was offered a 2-week suspension for that tackle. And Petreski Seaton, he's got a 1-game suspension as well. A couple of Magoo's news things worth noting here. Gold Coast, they had some big scores here. Blakely, 155. Charlie Constable, Cow, you still got him?
No.
128, and
Round
Sam
7,
Flanders,
mate.
122. Should be interesting, though, because they had a good win.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't think those guys will be coming in. Flanders might have to be a chance, though. Like, he's sort of that touted guy.
Yeah.
That they
The
might
worst
give
thing
him
is the Suns' backline racked it up and shared so much
definitely.
that Charlie would have been well and truly a part of that.
Too right, he would have been.
Hawthorn wanted to check on see where our Cam McKenzie is. Who did you guys all trade him?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
had enough.
So he had 103. Does he only need the 1 week in the Magoos?
Yes, I reckon.
And he's probably back in.
He'll be back in.
Connor McDonald had 126 back there as well. Now, GWS, just keeping a track of Josh Fahey.
Definitely need
118. But they got a good win,
That's
so they're probably not
the
going to
problem.
change.
Yeah.
Geelong got a good win. Jai Clark, 107. I think that's the first time I've really noticed him as such there in the
Yeah.
VFL. Now, Freo, Roy,
Oh,
we want to
please.
see where our mate Wags
Come
the
on,
dog
Wags.
was after getting dropped
Come
last
on,
week.
I've been big on Wags.
16 disposals, 57.
Oh, God.
You know whose spot he took? Nathan
Yeah.
Wilson.
Wilson!
26 disposals, 96 points. So
Oh,
he's in
dear.
before him.
Oh, God, he's
if
a
he
long way down now.
Ever gets a chance. Make sure you can check out all of those VFL stats and all the fantasy scores as well. And watch the games live from VFL, Waffle, Sandful on afl.com.au and the AFL Live official app.
Hi, I'm Nat Edwards. The only place to get your daily footy news inside 20 minutes is on AFL Daily. Get the jump on other fans each weekday morning as AFL Daily sets the agenda on footy's biggest stories. A no-holds-barred, introspective look at the AFL world hits your podcast inbox each morning at 7:30. So subscribe to AFL Daily wherever you get your podcasts to never miss a moment.
Right, trading for this week. Our thinking, well, we're in that world of trying to get our teams better, rookies
are.
up, all that sort of thing.
And we're going to start.
Where's
with,
our first target that you want to talk
Can
about,
I just
Cal?
flag something first
Okay.
as we launch into this?
Yes.
In a part of the season where we should be downgrading a rookie
Yep.
and upgrading another rookie, it's to a premium. It's not happening.
No.
It's hard to do.
We haven't
And
got the cash gen.
we want to go to,
for
like,
that
the
to
underpriced
happen
premium
more
is a
often than
thing,
not.
and we
Yes.
can't even get to them.
So some of these names are high risk, but it's just to get a rookie off the ground,
It is.
basically.
Because if you're playing a Darcy Wilmot on your ground,
Yeah,
these are some guys that you could be playing instead. And we're going to start with Gold Coast Suns.
Yes.
And we're going to start with the definition of high risk, high reward.
100%.
We are talking Fiorini. Right.
The Buzz Star.
559K.
Yeah.
He scored 112 last week.
Yeah.
He's played 3 full games now.
Yeah.
Obviously, Took isn't there, so
Yeah.
opportunity. In his last 3 games, he's gone at 83.
Mm.
Right? Let's go back to what this guy used to be able to do.
Okay.
So, he used to be nearly the definition of what a fantasy pig was. He could rack up numbers like
Yep.
never, ever seen before.
Neeful numbers were epic too.
Oh, huge.
In his debut season, he played 2 games at an average of 112.
Yeah.
He was back in 2021. He played 9 games at 105. He can rack it
He
up.
can. So he's a dude that can average 100 for prolonged periods.
Yes.
Now, launching into him last week on the back of Took being out, I thought was too risky.
I needed to see it.
I needed to see it. Statistically, I didn't actually see what I thought I wanted to see from 100.
Yeah.
I thought he would have had like 30 touches if he had 100.
Yep.
But he didn't. Do you have his stat line there, Cal?
I do. He had 25 touches. Oh, no, sorry, that was the wrong
I
one.
think he only had 20.
Yeah, but he took heaps of marks.
He did, which was a common thing for the Suns last week. They've got some very inflated numbers. So,
9 marks, 6 tackles he had.
like, it's a good stat line.
It is.
I'm going to call it a stat stuffer.
It is. The thing is, though, you'll need a little bit of cash if you're going like a Jinby to him,
It's only a little bit,
right?
though,
It's
isn't
only a little bit. But if you can get that, who would you prefer on your ground?
Yeah, him, because he's got access to a big score at least.
Yes.
Even if it's a fail, he's going to outscore the rookie that we're currently playing.
So if he scores a 60...
And his cash is going to go in the right way as well.
It's an option.
So he's a stepping stone type player, much like Setterfield was. Oh, apologies to everyone
Now,
that thought he was a premium.
Here's the other thing, Dog. People are
You
jumping
need
on...
to...
Dog,
No.
why
Not
not?
even going to
Dog,
give you
don't
anything.
say something you're going to regret.
Am
mate.
I right by saying...
I'm just
You
trying
stop
to
saying
help.
things you want to...
I'm just trying to help people.
Am I right by saying that Pastor Boy, Fiorini here,
Yeah.
is the most traded in this week so far?
Spoiler alert, yes.
Wow. Anyway,
People are going to switch off the podcast now because I'm
Why'd
sure
you
they hang
jump
around
ahead
and
and
listen to that.
steal Dog's thunder like that?
because it's a part of the talking point.
Yes, people want to do it.
Trade
At that
option.
price, obviously, it is an option.
It is. Yeah, you're right.
And he's a
so
proven-
ridiculously cheap, it's an option.
It's a proven scorer.
Yeah. Speaking of being ridiculously cheap,
Yeah.
and dare I say it, an option,
Go for it.
he's back. He's back from God knows where, the Rat Atkins. Now, the asterisk and the flag is this ridiculously easy game for uncontested possession that they've just come off.
Yep.
Some of them, who haven't been missing like the Rat, have experienced this the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yep.
It's been a super easy run
Yeah.
for the Suns. However, you can only rock up and do what you do against who's on the opposition. So the Rat came from, like I said, God knows where, to score 102, 25 disposals, 11 marks. He's basically coming in at the price of a half-fattened rookie that is now a red dot.
Yeah.
Like, you can remove one for Atkins, who has at least experience. I reckon he'd be 28 years old now. He used to be a walk-up average of 75 back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
So he used to know how to score. Then he went on the streak of playing probably no more than 2 games a season for about 3 or 4 years.
Yep.
Learnt to surf, allegedly, we reckon, because I don't know what else he was doing. But is that an option? They are playing a style of football which is slow and controlled out of their back line. That's why I'd like Darcy Mack's killing it, which we'll get to in a minute.
Yep.
But if he's doing that and you've got a red dot rookie sitting there with 350 and Atkins is 386,
It's a play.
does he now have any job security? Or are we going to see what we've seen the last 5 years with him?
Is he in their future?
No.
I think, this is off the top of my head, but I think he went at something like 90%. I think he went at a ridiculous click, which that's job security written all over it if he's done that.
I can tell you now.
What did he go at?
Fiorini went at 90%.
Whoa, that's who I was thinking of. Poor old
and-
Rat, what did he do?
84.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yep.
Pretty good.
It is.
Didn't tackle the Rat.
No. So there's problems there, given the easy run and the easy matchup that the Tigers were.
What does Scale of Hardness say about the Suns coming up?
So I'll tell you about and this is what we're talking about with these inflated scores. So in the last 4 games, they've played St Kilda, Freo, North Melbourne, Richmond.
Right.
For midfielders, they rank 3rd easiest, 4th easiest, 5th and 1st easiest.
Right.
So they are 4 out of the top 5 easiest
So
teams to
especially-
score
yeah.
against.
That's a run and a half, isn't it?
And we'll talk about Anderson in a moment. but
Yes.
you want to talk about Darcy Mack,
Well,
right?
we have to, and we should have been doing it more for the last few weeks because we've known in the past, and it was in a different role, but we've known in the past that he can score.
Yeah.
And it was just that mid-half forward, wasn't it? About 3
Yeah.
3 years ago.
So
or
always
something.
that real wave wire dude.
Big
that
time. Yep. Now, he has been fantastic all year. So he's now priced at $7.47, which is still pretty cheap considering 119 average the last 3 games. Got a break even of 53. He's averaging 106 the last 3, yeah. So 1 score under 80 for the year.
Yeah.
Like, he's ticking a lot of boxes. That average of 106 the last 3 and that score of 119, last week, that's where you have to think, yes, slightly inflated, but yes, he has to be considered an option.
Noah Anderson has been awesome over that 4-week patch as well. That 134 last week was amazing because he started off so slow.
He was shocking to start
Listen
with.
to his quarter splits, though, because he got it going. Each quarter, so first quarter, 34, 30, 32, 38.
Wow.
That's what you want from these sort of guys at that top price. So 4 weeks ago against the Saints, he had that 159.
Yeah.
Is he an option?
Oh,
When we're
yeah.
looking around, you got your Bonch, your Walshes, you got all those guys there as well. Where does he fit into that?
Oh, right up there with Walsh now.
He's in that group.
Dog.
The breakout
I'll
is
give
real.
you 1 minute to tell your story. Oh, God, he's not even telling
When he thought about trading him in, and he thought about it, but he didn't actually do it, so therefore it sort of counts.
Because the advice from my mates was not to do it.
Me?
No,
I
I don't go to
apologise.
you for advice. And you're not my mate.
No, that was, sorry about that. I thought Took was a good option.
But they have had a good run. Let's just put it that way. They've got a harder run coming up. They go Melbourne, West Coast, Brisbane, and when they rank on the scale, the 9th easiest, the 8th, and the 10th.
Right.
So it's not as easy as what they have just come off.
No. All right.
Who
Can I
else?
Give you a quick fire. A few others I think we
Go.
should be looking at. All right. Green Day, once again, they're both good options. So Will Day, he is still so cheap.
Yep.
768. He comes straight back with that 100 after a slowish start,
Yep.
and then he just went bang up a notch. Break even of 64. If you don't have him, you are very lucky in some respects. Unlucky you haven't had his scores. So lucky that there is a cheap, legit premium at the moment, and that's what you have access to. Tom Green's still under 900,000, 136 on return, break even of 85. If you don't have him, he's real. This is a proper secondary breakout for him. He's taken it up to that next Uber premium sort of status. Walshy is expensive now, $950, but he's still under 10% ownership if you want to look for a bit of a pod. He's coming off 128 and 131. The flag is two very easy matchups there. St Kilda into West Coast, you couldn't ask for much more than that from a midfielder matchup-wise. And Tom Stewart, similar to Will Day, still an absolute bargain. So because of that injury early in the season that's been lingering and affecting his price, 776, break-even of only 73 now. And you saw him again on the weekend, barely a sweat. One bead, I reckon I saw, 113.
One guy to keep an eye on as he drops in price because he has been horrendous is Mitch Duncan.
Oh, God.
66 last week.
When?
He's now averaged 55 in his last 3. He's dropping 50K a week.
When do we do it?
When we
What
see
would you have
something.
You need to
see?
see something.
You need to see something, but he will end up, man, he's going to be in the very low 6s. He might even get a 5 in front of his name if he keeps this
Really?
up. So cheap.
Imagine saying at this point in the year, we could do a bit of a cash grab from the Sheezel down to Duncan.
It is a cash grab. Wow. So it's just one to keep an eye on.
Too late for Chincotta. 301 he is now.
I don't think so.
No.
Just because he looks solid as a rock in terms of someone you can put on the ground. Now, once again, he's had 2 easy matchups there as well, so that's the flag. But 300, you're paying 100 more than, for example, I paid for a rookie last week, who I will never see again.
Yeah.
At least with Chincotta, Sard and Doc came back and he stayed in and he still scored well.
Chincotta break even of negative 20,
Yeah.
and he went up 63K last week.
Look, I think you can still bite the bullet and do
You
it.
still do it.
What's his scoring realistically going to be like with those guys? Because you can say, he scored well with those guys back in. You're still in the bottom few scorers for Carlton because they racked up, I think it was 77 points. Like,
Wow.
The most for this year.
Feels like he's a 60.
I think he can be
Okay.
60s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, gosh, compared to some
But
of
then we don't have
them,
rookies. There are a lot. I know we had a big week of rookies, but there are a lot there that you can't rely on for anywhere over 50. Because that's the other side of this thing too. Like, is a Jinby, could he get a rest?
Well, I hate the commentary around any time a rookie's in a team and they have a slightly off game, looking tired. He looks tired. He's not tired, but yes, he does look like he could do the rest.
So Philippou might be in that boat as well. Like he might be ready to have a rest. I saw some smart St Kilda people saying that he's looking a bit tired.
Well, smart ones are saying it. That's
yeah, like that's where, and we just don't have the guys that you're really relying on. If you've got 5 rookies on field, for example, which is probably about the average type thing, I reckon. Some people might even have 6. You've got some good ones there.
Yeah.
Obviously, Sheezel. You can be taking Sheezel. You can be taking Ashcroft. Who else are we taking?
Chandler, let's go, boys.
I mean, if Pedlar's hitting 60,
Hollands.
comfortable with that. Hollands is hitting 60s.
Chincotta.
Yeah.
Chincotta. There's no emergencies there. There's no
That's
break
the
in the
issue.
glass
There's
with
no-
those guys.
Yeah.
Do we still
Will
have
Watts are worried.
Do we still have Jimby in that group?
Jimby's now a trade.
Yeah.
You got to
He's
get rid of him.
dropping cash now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. His role still looks good, but he's just not getting the the points we need.
all right, the early trades ahead of round 8 include Brayden Fiorini as the most traded in player with Angwin Atkins in there at number 3, Chincotta and Will Day. A couple of the other premiums there further on the list is Walsh and Stewart, who all offer some form of value. And Josh Weddle too is down there as a rookie priced player under 300k, so he might be worth having a look at. The most traded out, we've got Ruben Ginbey. Will Setterfield there is the second most traded out after his 54 last week. Philippou, Green, McKenzie. It's rookie time.
No.
Past that list there is, Andy McGrath.
That's your whole team.
I know. I've got too many
Is there
players
anyone
highlighted in
you
there.
don't have?
It's not good.
You've had them all.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Please. Please be nice to me.
I will now.
Well, I'm going to look at my
that.
trades. I banked some cash this week. So Wagner goes down to Will Kelly. He's my little rookie at the moment to see if he can get through. He might get an opportunity now. And Philippou goes up to Cornelio. So Cornelio was a bit of a miss for me this year. Not devastated that I didn't start with him, but now I get one of the big dog forwards. And it gets a rookie off the ground.
Yes.
Which is what we've got to try to do right now.
Love it. Well, I'm going Will Phillips down to Angwin, which gives me the cash to go Ginbey to the man of steel.
That's nice.
That's nice.
That's true.
Still, is he back?
I think so. I think he is back. He was back tackling.
Yeah.
So
CBAs were there, tackles were there.
I'm happy
He
to
looked
tick it
really
off.
good.
I like it.
I'm having a look at Ginbey and Wags to Atkins and the pasta, Fiorini.
Oh, wow.
Really?
What?
Hey,
High
You're
risk,
doing
high reward.
the Gold Coast combo.
Yeah.
I love it.
You'll have to be buying that membership again, I
I
reckon.
will.
Wow.
Got a question for the traders? Tweet the boys at AFL Fantasy or head to facebook.com/AFL Fantasy official.
Thanks, team, for hitting us up on Twitter, also Instagram. We'll whack that in the stories, and we will get through some questions. Jacob, sell Philippou. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Yep.
All right. Thoughts on Brent Daniels?
Brent, he has been getting it done, Brent.
Has he?
But no. Yeah, he's had a couple of good scores, I think, from memory.
So he had 48 last week.
Right.
Before that, though, he must have had a couple of good ones. So, but
I'm not going to say anything to write home about.
Or was
but
it
he's
to
been
sell then,
solid.
maybe?
well, he did have a couple of 90s there.
Yeah, no.
But it's a no.
It is a no.
558k.
So that
So
price
it's a
range,
Yes, it's a yes to a sell. It's
Yeah.
a no to a buy. I'm not sure which one you want.
go across to the Rat
yeah,
or-
why not?
or Fiorini.
Fiorini, you can get the pasta there.
You can.
Tell you what, I'm going to say pasta a lot in the next 10 minutes, just a warning, everybody.
Yeah.
Ballinger said wants to know, is
Pasta.
Chera someone I should look at?
Chereroy.
Yes. Ever since he made that very funny fantasy footy clip,
Yep.
well done to him for that.
Yeah.
That was bloody hilarious. He's killing it. And for some reason, I don't know if he's like just a fanboy of Sam Walsh, but since Walsh is back in the team, he has gone bang, bang.
You're right, though. You couldn't have had a better matchup in St Kilda
No.
and West Coast
Correct.
for his 130s in both.
But we're talking back-to-back 130s.
We are.
Even if you play easy opposition, that must be a turning point for him.
Yeah.
The video, the back-to-back 130s, something has clicked for him. Not going to do 130s every week, but he's obviously something is different.
Yep.
So, yes, he's an option.
Aiden's got this one. Is McGrath and Stocker, I feel seen, to Fiorini and Rochelle a legit trade plan?
Yeah, you could do that. I'm happy with that.
The rookie thing for me, though, is the issue in that space.
Yeah. Like,
In saying
I
that,
like
McGrath and
it, but I
Stocker
don't-
need to go.
Yeah, it's 2 upgrades.
It is.
I just wish you were getting like a real Uber premium in
They're
that.
middle range guys.
It feels like you've gone from failed middle ranges to risky middle ranges.
Yeah, I think you need to go bigger.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smaller down, bigger up.
Right.
Okay, Guns and Rooks.
Yep.
Who are the downs, though?
That's the problem.
Especially if you're playing them on your field. If you haven't got Chincotti, that's an easy one.
Yeah. Atkins.
Are you selling this? Because we need to know. Because if you're going to keep saying his name, you need to be able to back this up next week.
I have to do some research.
Okay. Can you put something out there to say whether you are ticking it off or not ticking
At the
it off?
moment, I am ticking it off and doing it.
Dog, do you believe him?
I just feel like he could be playing VFL very soon again.
Without a doubt. Look at his past history.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey, I'm not saying it comes without risk, but look, I launched into
But
wags and all sorts
once
of players
again,
like this.
my new approach. What am I doing with my bat, Roy?
You're swinging it. You're
Swinging
hitting
it.
for 6.
Hey, that's a 6
Hey,
move.
come with me.
That's okay. I'm on board.
What I want to know, does Jimby go before Hollands and Wilmot?
Hollins and Wilmot, yes.
Jimby goes
Yeah, that
before
can
them.
go.
He's
That
also
can
got
happen.
that cash on his head as well.
Yeah.
Which is another reason he can go first.
Yeah.
You can get to someone a lot quicker.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
All right, Brandon, do I prioritise getting a bad forward rookie off the field like Phillipou or Van Ruin? Yeah.
Yes.
And get Butters, or get Will Day at all costs and get a rookie like Hollands off?
Gee whiz.
I'd get Butters over Will Day, like for the fact of getting a Phillipou or a Van Ruin.
I think so.
They're both
The points
30s.
difference there is going to be better on your side.
30 to an 80 rather than a Hollands 60 to a 100.
Jeez. You'd have to be still looking at getting Will Day next week then. Otherwise, you're going to be bringing him in at 900,000 in a few weeks.
Wonder if a bit of DPP there, you might be able to swing that. Anyway.
But, yeah, I guess you do that, Butters, and hope he pulls his
You
finger.
can't be going those guys on your forward line playing.
Any rookie on your
If you're
field.
playing both
yes.
Phillipou and Van Ruin, there is no way you can be going in with that.
I'm still saying Day.
You're a sicko.
And hope for one decent... You can have a go with a loop out of those two. Surely one of them can hit 50 for you.
I feel like Van Ruin is not far away from not playing ones.
I know, but he won him the game last week.
Yeah, they were going to sub him off.
That buys you 2 weeks, surely.
But is that enough time to be bought? No, you can't be playing Van Ruin,
Who's
a key
he-
forward, a young key forward, and also Phillipou, who's
They're
getting
30s.
tired.
They're 30s. They've got to go. I'm with you, dog.
You loved the poo last week,
Yeah.
Is
No, he still wasn't even that good last
wasn't
week.
he?
I think he was
The week
49
before
last
he was
week. Week
good.
before he had a 70.
70. Yeah, okay.
You got to go.
All right, but who was he upgrading? Who was he getting off the ground for Day? It was like Wilmot,
Hollands.
was it? Oh, Hollands.
You're keeping Hollands.
God, didn't you just trade Hollands?
Yeah, and it was a wrong call. Don't rub it in, you bloody peanut.
Sorry. Play on. Bloody
touchy
oath you're
dog.
touchy today.
Poke the bear.
Stephen's got this question. Jayden Short, is he value? And more importantly, do you think
Yes.
he can get defender status? I think he can.
Yeah. Yes, very interesting play he is because we always talk about not wanting someone to clog up a mid spot, and
Yep.
obviously he was. I reckon he was a bit of a failed experiment in the midfield for them, but that's why he's got his mid status. Now he's down back where he scores,
Yep.
and
4 more weeks.
yeah, incoming.
So
No,
he's got,
I reckon he's a play. He's cheap.
he's got 123, 117, and 18 marks across those 2 weeks.
So he's not a guy you want to have more midfield time.
No.
And he's not getting the midfield time, I don't think.
831k, break even of 84. It's definitely a play.
Yeah, he'll go 100 the rest of the year if he's playing down back.
Yes, he will.
Stephen Kingston also has this as part of his question here. Belief in my team has returned after a round rank of 24 and I'm
Yes.
chasing a point of difference. So that's where Short could be there. And he says he's got Nick Newman.
Newman.
Did he have Newman
Yep.
last week or he's brought him in?
No, he had him.
Well done.
That's good.
That's a gutsy move because Newman, he's a funny one because he's always had the fantasy credentials. He's gone big in the past. that's back-to-back weeks for him going big numbers.
Yep.
So he's actually still an option this week, but you never want to chase the 160. That's the problem.
Yeah, 1% ownership.
Yeah.
He's about the same price as Jayden Short.
Yeah.
Different positions, yes. Who would you go?
Oh,
Short or Newman? Short seems safer.
I'd go Short.
Newman's already got the defender status.
Short averages more than Newman the rest of the year.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like you got to, even though he scored quite well against GWS, he was given the lockdown role on Toby Green.
Yeah,
so he's more likely to get a lockdown role than Shorty. I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep, agree.
Adam's got his Rory Atkins,
Yes.
an option.
Talk
But he's
to
also
me.
had Brody Kemp.
Oh, Kempy. Man, oh man, Kempy looked good. Need to keep reminding ourselves that they played West Coast.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
that's a really important
But Kempy, since being drafted, always been highly touted. He came into that game. He took his first couple of marks were intercept marks early in the game, and he just looked good. And they're happy to use him on the way out as well. He's kind of an awkward price now, which means I maybe put a line through him.
Okay.
But he looked great.
There you go.
Broke even at 9,
Yeah.
435k.
Yes. Is it too much?
No,
You could do it.
you could do it.
Crikey. And just...
But this is the beggars and choosers type thing. You'd flick across from that rookie because we don't have the downgrades. 'Cause that's even been a question. Who are the best rookie downgrades at the moment? Is there anyone with confidence?
No. Like even... So Weddle went well. But
Solid.
Yeah, solid. But I've got no confidence in
Sam Mitchell.
what they do. Yeah, what they do with their rookies. They're in and out. They're vested. All sorts. Who'd they sub off? Mitchell, who was playing well.
That's an interesting one.
Seamus.
What did they do? Seamus, yeah.
Yeah. So, God,
So
talk about running the gauntlet playing rookies from Hawthorn.
That's it. Because he's 322k. So that really limited his price increase.
Yeah.
Because he only got 44. Yeah, you just
When
can't
he-
touch him.
He went in with a awesome break even. I think it was negative 13 or something. It was big, and then subbed when going well.
There you go.
Jeez, I think I'm getting Fiorini now.
Are you? I like
I'll
it.
just go Jimby across.
Yeah. What? That's just such a big upgrade. Even if the pastor fails, he doesn't fail that bad.
No.
I wonder if we can
And he's got access
Tweak
to
the rules.
triple figures.
to make VFL stats count for this year.
Don't worry. The AFL is his oyster. He can do VFL numbers in AFL if he's given the chance.
He's done it before.
He has.
Fiorini.
High risk,
He's just real.
high reward.
He is real. He's a real player. Just give him a chance. We've said it for years.
Yeah.
This is like one of those sliding door moments.
Yeah.
You need to do it.
Yeah.
It's like
In a
was it
month.
Rosie last year was one of those. Himmelberg.
Yeah.
Darcy Cameron.
In a month, though, we could be sitting here and can't get him out, and it's wrecked our season.
He's got a good buy.
He has.
Nerd alert, nerd alert.
So does the rat.
No wonder you're doing it, Roy.
I know. I'm looking ahead to the buys. Didn't I tell you guys?
Oh, no.
We're not
forgot to
far
tell
off.
you.
We're only 5 weeks away from him, Calvinator.
Yeah, I'm structuring for the buys.
Are you already?
No.
No, I didn't think
Well,
so.
how many weeks?
I did.
Around 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 more rounds until the buy.
Better start looking at the buys.
Better start looking at the buys, everyone.
Nerd.
Loser.
I reckon mine would look hideous. I don't want to look.
I don't know. I'm going to look right at the end.
Yeah.
Who are you picking out of Laird or Walsh?
Look.
Well, Roy, you had that choice last week.
I did. And I would be picking Laird.
Yeah.
But,
Would it still be Laird?
well, I don't know. You know how we always...
Fatigue.
Yeah. More often than not, we say where there's smoke, there is fire, isn't there?
Yep.
So, like, why was he in the media so much last week about a knee, a calf, and now fatigue?
Now, did he go for a scan?
Well, allegedly.
I don't know. Like for your extra 40-odd thousand there to get to Walsh,
It's
is
so
that
far.
like your security?
So Laird is 40k cheaper than Walsh, are you saying?
You go on Laird every day of the week.
30k. 30k cheaper.
Laird. is
has
the
to
answer
be.
to that.
But just monitor.
Well, that's
What's
the problem.
going on?
What is going on? What does he
Dunno.
mean by fatigue? Does he just need a good nap?
Yeah, maybe. Crows this week have Geelong in Geelong.
And then they smoke it. It's
And then they've got
green,
St
green.
Kilda. Yeah. Will he go to Geelong? He has to.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
It's a good chance to have a nap on the flight.
Just interesting on Walshy there, Roy. So he goes Brisbane, which is a medium red team,
Yeah.
into Bulldogs, which are a white team,
Yeah.
into Collingwood, Sydney, which are two hardcore reds.
Yeah. Yep. I had to just ignore that and back in the dog.
Yeah.
That's. I fear more for Chera than Walsh in a draw
Yes,
like that.
100%. The scale never lies.
No.
Always tells the truth.
Yeah.
But for a guy like Walsh, I don't think it affects him as much.
No.
Yep.
Spec official. Is it time to lay off Setterfield? Yeah, lay off him.
Well, not on him.
Look.
You just can't come in here every week singing Setterfield praises. So, I just got to see what Setterfield did on the weekend.
Don't you guys have him?
Don't you have him, Roy? Oh, what about that game where he had 12 tackles? Oh, geez, good player. You can't keep doing that.
Why didn't you pick him?
And then all of a sudden, things aren't going your way. You've got to be able to give it a bit back, dog.
Because if you miss a stepping stone player
Yep.
that's gone up 100K, you just let
You've
it
missed
go.
it. If you've missed it, you've missed it.
If you start calling him a premium,
Yep.
you're only going to hurt yourself.
That's it. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Right, Jackson wants this answered. Walsh or Anderson?
Oh, man. This is...
That's a similar price then,
It
wouldn't he?
is.
Anderson to
yeah,
Lairdy, like it's a bit like a...
No, so Lairdy and Anderson are basically the same price.
That's what I meant.
Yep. So 912 is Anderson. You're going to need 38K.
Right.
Okay, Walsh is out then. He's too expensive
Yep.
if you're comparing all these guys because you can throw a blanket over him.
Noel's got a good buy.
Noah's got a good buy. He's just had his good draw. That's his problem.
Do you know I was picking him up?
Yeah, that is. I do feel bad about it.
The only problem for him is now he's at the top of the tree when it comes to attention.
He is.
He's at the top. So he goes...
Who bothers?
I don't think they do.
Well,
So
they're coming off
Melbourne,
a win. I should be.
Melbourne, West Coast, Brisbane.
Melbourne, won't worry about him.
West Coast,
got
he'll
no
s-
choice
He'll kill them.
but to get annihilated.
Then he goes to Brisbane. Nothing there. There's another ton. So between now and his goodbye, because he's got the goodbye.
He does.
Did you know that?
Yeah, nerd.
Between now and his goodbye, he should be what? Going at 110?
105, 110. Yeah. The thing is, if there is none of this gibberish about Laird, that is the easiest
It's the easiest
question.
pick. Agreed.
It is Laird over Walsh. It is Laird over Anderson.
Yep.
So I guess, considering Team Awesome Sauce has released nothing about Laird,
Yep.
Laird is the answer.
Yep, I agree.
Until I hear otherwise.
Play on.
Tim must have been listening to Calvin in the pre-season. Should I trade Taranto in?
Hang on, I don't know. When I talked about Taranto, that was in December, right?
And January and February.
No. I just said, buyer beware. And then as the months rolled on, I was like, nah, I can actually see this playing out.
How?
No problem.
One of two members of the Ton Run that still exists, Taranto and Oliver.
How was... Were we that starved for content in that time of
Yes.
year that you had to create that?
I didn't create it.
You could be a journo. Just making stuff up so we had
No.
something to talk about.
It also came off the back of some data from Freako,
Right.
right? And the data's real. You can't argue with that.
Scale of hardness.
Now you're blaming other people for your takes.
No, just saying. It's all a community I tried to
So
build.
firstly apologise and then say, yes, bring him in.
Sorry about that, mate. Yes, bring him in.
Thank you.
But then the question
We can
is,
leave it
are you
now.
spending too much on him now?
Oh, no.
No, you're not.
Nah. You need that guy.
And
You can't have a respectable team without Taranto.
I've had a
Simple as
little peek at Calvin's captains as well, dog, so I never stop looking at it. Round 8, we have first game on Saturday. I haven't done the numbers yet. Probably don't need to on this one. Taranto plays against the Eagles
Oh,
at the MCG.
that's our VC.
Potentially. I'll let you know later.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. So there you go.
Sounds.
I said the other day, like, I can't wait to chuck a VC on him.
Yes.
Just because. So
and
there we go.
You might have your chance.
Perfect opportunity.
Excellent.
Question, this is combining a few, I suppose. Trading some of those on-field players, or are you fixing a bench?
God, when it has to happen soon.
No, you know what? If you're fixing a bench, what are you actually fixing it with?
With is, the
So
issue.
you've got a bad bench. You try to make repairs on the bad bench, but you just use masking tape. Guess what? You've still got a bad bench.
You do. That'll probably be a dot in another week anyway.
So I think you're wasting your time. Let your bench just sit there and rot. Like a bench you've probably got in your backyard. Leave it.
We might actually have to fix the bench throughout the buys with ones that hang around for 1 or 2 weeks just to avoid a donut.
So
maybe that might be when you do it.
Buys, there may not be the traditional strategy in the buys either then.
No.
As in, we might be doing more sideways trades than we ever have these buys because we don't have the bench to be getting to our 18.
True.
Yep. True.
That could get you back in the game, Doc. Don't go talking about that one too much. You just charge up the ranks.
True or false? Have you really had a good look at the buys, Doc?
No.
Tell the
I
truth.
saw that.
I haven't.
Swanee flicked that page when we were
What are you open up to? Geelong.
when we were going. Yeah, it was interesting.
Right. Have we had enough?
Yes.
I've actually got to do a bit of thinking of my team.
Oh, please do. And then we'll have a good podcast next week. I don't mind being back on the bottom, Doc. Just be aware of that. I don't mind. Okay?
Kiss.
You know that all the Michael Barlow medal.
Yeah.
I had all 5 of them on field.
I know.
Well done.
There would have been a lot of people with that too.
Yeah.
Good hope.
We weren't far off though, Roy.
No, I think we had 4, did we?
We had 4. Just Kate Chandler.
Hey, got to know when to hold them.
If you had a couple of moves again, what would they be?
Yeah, not Chandler out.
Chandler and Hollands out last week.
Because I must admit, I had looked at Chandler's Chandler's run ahead and thought, that's very good.
Oh, there's a lot of people that told me you should have looked at that more.
Yeah, well, I looked at it and I ignored it. I chose to ignore it. And it bit me on the weekend.
So is that a learning and a bit of a lesson?
Nah.
Of job security, guys,
Yes,
is bloody important.
it is.
Because we're doing that when we're getting a red dot added to our team.
So, like, this is the thing. So, I went Chandler to Butters.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was crap.
He's near gone. Well, they've probably gone the same.
Probably. Yeah. What a waste. And I've got all these red dots accumulating on my...
Yeah, and just let it rot.
Yeah.
Where are they? How many?
Oh, God. Does Fergalicious get up?
Yeah.
Does Rui get dropped, like you said? They're basically who I'm hanging my hat on at the moment. Wilmot.
Gosh, I'm down to 2.
Yeah, 3.
Van Ruin and
3.
Van Ruin and Wilmot. Where are you, Van?
Cash Cow
I'm not
might
even
come
looking.
back.
I tell you, don't even look at it.
Right.
Just let it go.
Cash Cowan could be back. At least he's...
No chance.
He was only managed.
Yeah. He's a little... If he's green,
Yeah. He'll be
that's
right.
cool.
He'll be right.
All right.
It adds to the aesthetics of your team if he's green. It doesn't matter if he's not going
That's
50.
it. A heartbeat.
If he's a dot, he's a dot.
Okay.
Dot's a dot.
Dot's a dot. Thanks
You
for
are
tuning
so
in.
flat, aren't you?
Yeah, look
No,
at it.
it's all right. I've got a lot of work to do this week. And in a way, it sucks because it's a long week again.
Oh, no.
A normal week.
Oh, yeah.
It's Monday through to Friday of
Yeah.
stressing and sweating on this. But we'll be back on Thursday night, up and about, ready to go for our live stream. So make sure you're tuning into that on afl.com.au and the AFL Live official app. And make sure you keep clicking on afl.com.au and the AFL Live official app for all the news, including on Wednesday, Roy's stock take. Midweek stock take.
There's a lot of murmurings about that being the biggest article on AFL.com.
Is that right?
Per week.
Who
yeah.
murmurs that?
Oh, just a few key players.
Probably Damo when he sees his stats of sliding doors versus the stock take.
Sliding's right.
Stock's down on sliding doors. Sell.
Just joking, Damo.
No, I think Damo smashes it with that one.
Oh, okay. I'm second.
He wouldn't smash Fantasy Ready. Would he?
Well,
He would
I
if he
did look
was
at the
if he
numbers.
was the sub editor of it. He'd be smashing the computer
Fantasy
trying
Ready
to
is going well.
fix it.
Not quite as good as the stock take, though. But that's
Okay.
all right.
Yeah.
I'd still have you as a hold. I
Yeah.
wouldn't sell.
Thank you for that.
Right, we've had enough. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you later. See ya.